What's going on? Yeah, man. Been studying these books. They got Gad the Seer. I finally read through that. The second Ezra's. I got Jubilees and Jasher, so I got a lot of new projects to work on. And then I got the same old stuff, like crazy. But I'm starting to think now that the reason why the Indian language was so discriminated upon, and the boarding schools try to make everyone not speak Indian anymore, is because eventually in this day, when you can actually compare it to Hebrew, you can definitely see some freaking overlays. And I think they knew all along who we was when we didn't even know who we was, because they had the Crusades. They went and raided the libraries the Templars did over in Jerusalem. So there's maps in there from Solomon's time where they had, you had there's many talks with nations that had ships, like it's mentioned, documented in the Bible many times. So it's they know that the Great Lakes were mined to fill the Bronze Age, and there's even a bronze, I think, beast in the Daniel prophecy. The first one is gold, the second silver, the third is bronze. So during the third beast, Grecians, somehow someone got to America in the Great Lakes area from that region there, and then maybe it was the Mediterranean, maybe it was one of them guys got over here somehow, mined the copper, and they would trade it then to people over there in that other side of the world. Same thing. They found out there was definitely trade between Africa and South America. And you see things like American corn, tobacco, cocaine, marijuana, and the mummies in Egypt. And we were all in Egypt during the time of the Moses Exodus. So it's funny though, because I just read it in Gad the Seer, the Song of Moses, and it's like, I am who I am is his name. And when I heard these Indian guys, man, playing the drum and singing, it sounded like that's what they was freaking saying. Like it even fit, like the syllables and the harmonics of it. And I don't even, I don't even know anyone who knows like full scale Indian anymore. And it's like even the stuff you're gonna find these days might be a composite mix of different languages and dialects from different people, because there was diverse dialects. And that's how I see like when someone says Abba Father, it doesn't matter which language you're in. God knows who you're speaking to. No matter if your dialect's different in your language, but there's the Indian guy who documented the tribe, like in the late 1800s, freaking, he said you can tell who's related to who by language, like dialects. You can see who came from who just by language. And so, I mean, that's the same thing with what I'm saying here now, is I have seen some overlay now that we got, concordance Bibles, we got Greek Apocrypha, we got freaking, you got a translator on the internet whenever you need to reference a word and get a concordance definition on it. And it's just, there's only small fragments of where you can even get some legit Indian anymore, because it's looked that suppressed, and that's, I think, the whole reason for it, because it's Hebrew, and they suppress it, and they incrementally, what I'm saying, dumb everyone down, keep everyone, cut off from one another. Then they try to middleman you through a UN. Like, look, the same people that put you on Indians on reservations, that's who the UN is. They want to do that to everyone. It worked. Look, Indians don't even know who they are. It's pretty sad, but I'm just a regular dude, and if God could show me all this stuff and retrace the steps and gather the documentation that's needed, man. It's like, you know, I was just I just stayed determined, you know, and then I was faithful with the little that I had. Then all of a sudden I was blessed with like tenfold in the beginning. And it's like I've faced much ridicule, went way out on a limb, made some postulations, you know, and everyone freaking, it's like the more it, sometimes you wish you were wrong, you know, but it's just, you know, to see just it be proven, you know, the theories, when I had to go way out on a limb, didn't really have the evidence to back it up, but I see it all coming into it's being assembled, and it's by God, because it was for a time and a season for it to be revealed. You know, it's hidden through all out the scriptures, and Jesus even says he's looking for the lost sheep. I mean, it's right there, like right there. It's like it should be a basic Christian principle that they should be able to figure it out. But once again, it just shows you the stubbornness of people and this evil system that you have to go through. The truth falls by the wayside, and anyone who turns from the wickedness make himself a prey. And that's the truth out here. Everyone wants to argue with you and shoot it down. And it's like, it's the truth. You proclaim you like the truth. Well, when you hear it, you know, you try to deny it, man, run away from it, instead of to study for thyself and see if these things be true or not. Instead, you want to kill the messenger, and you go to these reverse psychology tactics, these manipulation tactics, these smear tactics, these gaslight, flying monkey, problem, reaction, solution, Hegelian dialectic, gatekeeper, peer pressure, COINTELPRO style, takedown op. Instead of just clarifying the matter with truth, instead you just got to take it way over there with all these dirty tricks. That's how you know, like, look, when you're really onto something, man, all of a sudden it's like every dirty trick in the book all of a sudden comes against you, man, trying to hinder it, man, stop it. But you know, like, look, it's not up to us, man. It's beyond us. It's just, can you humble yourself? Will you be meek and be willing to be instructed? And the things that you thought you knew, are you willing to abandon that idea that you know it and just see it again with a fresh perspective, man? Stop, you know what I'm saying, shooting things down just because it might be different from the way you thought it, that you expected. They said that about Christ himself, that the way that he came is not the way that they expected. So when they saw him face to face, they didn't even know who he was. Weird.